Hi again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Around the Town with Chuck. My name is Chuck Guglielmo, a weekly interview show where we talk with interesting people. And one of the most interesting people I know is Darlyene Brisley from AM Live. We used to come on all the time, or if you didn't come on, you were on the telephone and having nice conversation with us.
Yes.
We miss that.
I do too. I do. And I enjoy doing things. As you know, I enjoy doing things. I enjoy content. So I do that.
Of course, Darlyene Brisley is the chairperson of the sock hop that's going to take place on Saturday, July 8th. It'll be the 12th annual sock hop.
Can you believe that?
12 years. I was just thinking that when I was talking with Connie the other day. 12 years.
I know. I can't believe it either.
Now, I remember a couple of the years when you used to come on AM Live, we would get real nervous about weather.
Yes.
A couple of times you had to move it to a Sunday.
Right.
Hopefully that's not going to be the case this year.
Hopefully it will go off July 8th. But if it does rain, it will be Sunday, July 9th. And if it don't happen then it'll probably be called off until the next year. But hopefully it's going to be nice the 8th.
Have you ever missed a year?
No, not really. We usually got it in between the 2 days. So we usually got it in.
Now I remember, I think one year it like rained in the morning. It turned out to be nice in the afternoon, but what are you going to do? You have to cancel, right?
Well, like I said, if it's getting close to the time that the cars start coming in and the band's set up, and then they still think it's going to rain, then the guys want to call it because of the electric, if it lightnings or, with the bands and the concession stands.
So Darlyene, 12 years ago, how did you come up with this idea of the Conneaut sock hop?
12 years ago, when Doug Lewis was in, he asked me, Darlyene, will you do a car show uptown to bring people into town? And I said, yeah, I could try it. And everybody says, well, it's not going to go. We tried it. And I says, well, I'll try it. And they said, well, if you get 10 cars, you're going to be lucky. So we just took from Broad Street down by Mooney's Bakery up to where the police station is up there on Main Street. Well, the first year we had every crook and cranny filled, and we had to turn cars away.
Wow.
Yeah. So the first year we
That's
really did good. Yes. So from there, then we opened up a little bit of Main Street, and now we go from Broad Street to Main Street, from like Marshall's and Marcy's Funeral Home all the way down to Thompson's Funeral Home. And then we take a lot of the little side streets. So it's gotten a lot bigger in 12 years. Yeah.
And you get a lot of credit for that. I would imagine that the having that sock hop really helps the downtown businesses as well that day.
And that's what I try to do. I ask all the businesses uptown, please stay open for that day. Just stay open just for one day out of the year if you're not, And then a lot of them do. And then we bring in vendors or anybody that wants to promote their business. We put them on Washington Street, which we're getting quite a few people really interested this year. So we're doing a lot of that. We're going to have 3 stages. We're going to have one down there where the white gazebo is. If it's still there, there will be a DJ. Wayne Nutter will be down there as a DJ. And then down by Mooney's Bakery, we'll have the ZZO band. And then down by Thompson Smith Funeral Home, we're going to have a stage down there, and that group will be Remember Then. And then this year, I decided to bring in Jeeps because all the younger kids got Jeeps, and it's a big thing around. If you look around town, you see a lot of Jeeps. So the Jeeps, I think we're going to put all the Jeeps going down Broad Street and then open that up for that group. And then we have Louis that has those Euro cars, those smaller cars. And then we usually put him in Conneaut Savings Bank. So we're trying to get the young kids involved now, not just all of us old people. We're getting older, so we need they need to give us some life. I had some guy the other day says, we're recycled teenagers. And that's true. I thought that was good.
Yeah, really.
That's what he said.
So Wayne Nutter and ZZO are new to the sock hop?
Well, Wayne Nutter was there last year, and he's been in a lot of the car shows that I've done. So he's a tall, skinny guy, super, super nice guy. But a lot of the car people know him. The ZZO band, that is different. So I mean, so we'll see how that one works out. But But that when you know, we just had, you know, a little bit of time to get the bands together, and this is where we're at.
Great music, people dancing in the streets.
Yep, and we'll be dancing in the streets. We got the same games, the hula hoop, the best dressed, and the bubblegum blowing contest. And so all those we got this year. All the games are going to start at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And right now, I think they're going to be down on Washington Street where we do, because that way they're out of the way, because cars kind of come and go. And
that's a one-way street, right?
Yes, yeah. So that's down there by what Snap Fitness is now, that street right there. So, but we're going to do the contest at 4 o'clock. So if anybody wants, and we do all ages, from babies up to over 100.
I was just going to say, who can all participate in the contest? Because you got something like a hula hoop contest.
Oh, you know, we get some adults.
Really? Doing the hula hoop, huh?
We get some adults that do the hula hoop. I used to be able to do it pretty good. I think I got at the age where my hips don't move like they used to. Or I don't, one of the two. But no, I mean, all ages. But I mean, even the men. The men get into the hula hoop and the best dressed, and they all do. Yeah.
What about this bubblegum contest? What's this?
What we do is we have 4 categories. We have the boy, we have the girls, we have the women, and we have the men. And each group could win something, and the one with the biggest bubble is the winner. So we give them bubble, and I got flavored, was it double bubble? I got flavored double bubble this year for them. So they can pick out what flavor they want, and they can start chewing it once we start the games. I give them bubble gum before we start any of the games so they can get it chewed. And then we'll start that. And then as the best dressed, anybody that wants to dress 50s, 60s, you know, that's where we're going.
So a best dressed contest.
And we do the 4 categories: boy, girl, man, and woman.
Okay.
So we do like 4 prizes, let's put it that way, 1 in each category.
Did you also have something in the spring or fall where you had to dress up and it was a contest, I think, at the Human Resources Center, maybe?
Yes.
What was that called?
We called the Winter Sock Hop.
Okay.
So if everybody liked this, so they says, oh, we got to do this again. They said, they wanted me to do it once a month. And I said, no. So that's where we come up with the Winter Sock Hop. And we might be bringing that back again this year too.
Was that a success?
It was. We were allowed 400 people in there. And we before March ever hit, we had all the tickets sold and people waiting at the door to see if they could get in.
Amazing.
And we couldn't let them in. Yeah. So that one really went over good and people loved it. And we had band, and we got Elvis one year, and Tom Udell was Elvis one year, and he was a hoot.
Oh yeah, I can imagine Tom.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun, and we have a lot of fun with these here.
You do a great job with that. You also have a Chinese auction and a 50-50 raffle?
Yes, the 50-50, there will be probably Linda Schnery would be, and maybe somebody else. They'll be out walking around, or they can come up to one of the stands there and buy 50-50 tickets. And we're doing the drawings for them probably about 5:30 for the, you know, the games and that. And then Chinese auction, people are calling me, donating. If anybody wants to donate a Chinese auction, put your name on it. You know, you're more than welcome, because people love Chinese auction. So even there, that we will be doing that about 5 o'clock. So we'll do the Chinese auction drawing, you know, right about 5 o'clock, and then we call out the numbers, and so, and there, I've gotten a lot of nice stuff already. So a lot of people are really stepping up and helping.
You say people love the Chinese auction, and Darlene, as you're saying that, I'm drawing a blank because I do know what it is, but I can't think of exactly what it is now.
Say if there was flowers on the table, and I'd say a bowling ball, or a bunch of purses, or in like Save a Lot is donating a box of canned goods and different things, and Morse Flowers, they donated a real nice blanket with like a real nice plaque thing in front. So anyhow, what you do is there'll be like bags in front. So say if Morse Flowers is number 1, the bag will say number 1. So make sure what you see up there has got a number 1 and number 2 that they both. Then you buy tickets and you put your tickets in. And then they shake them up.
Yeah, okay, now I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming back. I'm drawing a blank.
Are you getting old like me?
I'm getting old, Darlyene.
No.
I'm getting old. The 50-50 raffle now, do you have to be there to win it?
If they put their name and their phone number on the back of the ticket, no, we will call. You know, and the same as the Chinese auction. Say if you was coming and say, hey, Darlyene, I got to be gone before 5 o'clock. They put their name and phone number on the back of the ticket. I take the stuff home, I call them, and then the people come to the house and pick it up. So we've always been good about that.
Of course,
So I figure if the people are willing to help us out, I'm willing to help them.
The sock hop this year is from 1 to 6.
Right.
So the 5 hours. Do you find people that stay for the entire 5 hours? Or is it more of
Okay.
a come and go type thing?
Some come and go. We usually bring cars in from New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio. Seems like we had 2 cars that come in from Indiana last year because they heard about the sock hop, so they come in. But no, people kind of come, go, and like say people don't have cars, I tell them to park outside, but bring lawn chairs because there's no place to sit once you get up there. And a lot of people will go from stage to stage to see what kind of music or, you know, what's going on. Oh, and then one thing we're doing this year, about 2 o'clock, remember the canine dog that we raised money for?
You did a great job there,
Oh,
too.
I was amazed at everybody.
Caught your
really,
interview on TV. I think
yeah.
you did it with Martha.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, no.
But, and I talked to my Kobe and says, can we show the people the dogs and what they do? So right about 2 o'clock, we're going to do a demonstration on the canine dogs, and they're going to demonstrate what they kind of do. And I think that would be interesting.
Yeah.
So they did one when we had out at New Leaf when we were doing it. Oh my God, everybody was just shocked at what the dogs do. And my granddaughters, Kyle's daughters, they hid stuff while the dog was still in the car. And when they told the dogs to get it, the dogs, they found it. I was amazed. It was interesting.
Wow. Now you said these cars come from New York, Indiana. Now what happens if you do cancel? What happens to those people?
Well, usually a lot of them have friends or family they spend the night with.
That's good.
So yeah. So I mean, most of them all come back, but some might say, "Hey, I can't make it tomorrow," and they'll, you know. But a lot of people are all happy when they heard this is, you know, going to be uptown on the 8th.
Sure.
A lot of people are excited about it.
Sure. I'm going to do what I always used to do. You're going to have good weather.
Oh, I'm going to hold you to it. I am.
Now we'll have a
holding you to it.
monsoon, and I said that. You mentioned vendors that you bring in, food vendors?
Food vendors.
Hot food, cold food,
Yep.
both?
Herbie Waters from Papa Dog's always up there. You know Herbie Waters from Waters Catering?
Yes.
Okay. He has his concession stand. I put him in charge of all the concession stands. So he brings in the concession stands and then he sets them throughout town. Plus all the pizza places will be opened uptown. And then McDonald's is open. So we tell people, you know, go to your favorite place. Or a lot of people even go into Golden Dawn and get stuff in there. And so, but no, I mean, we just tell people, you know, go where you want. And so a lot of people do, or a lot of people will go buy a pizza or go to McDonald's and get a bag of food and they bring it up and eat it, and we're fine with all that.
Now the music people you got, do they just play what they want to play, or do they listen to some requests from the people that
I
may be
think
there?
if people had requests, I would say they would try to do it. I would say they'll try to do it. You know, but yeah, so like I said, we're kind of game for everything.
Classic cars, trucks, even motorcycles?
Motorcycles and Jeeps. I don't have the Jeep one for you. But yeah, no, like I said, we're bringing Jeeps this year. So that was something I come up with probably about a week and a half ago. So we're gonna try to get everybody involved. We're gonna try to bring everybody into Conneaut and get everybody involved and have fun and show everybody what Conneaut really is. Like, I love this town. It's a little town. And I see us
People
growing.
pull together in this town, don't they?
You know,
For stuff like this.
yes, they do. And when I did the canine, I'll tell you, people really.
That was amazing.
I
You almost
mean,
got enough for 2, didn't you?
We did.
You did get enough for 2.
Yeah, I think
I know you were close.
Yeah. No, we got enough for 2, and then we had extra money over. And that way, if they needed to have the vet, or if they needed the jackets for the dogs or
That was
something.
incredible. What got you going on that?
a dream I had in Florida.
Really? And tell us about that dream.
We were in Florida because we go to Florida for the winter.
Uh-huh.
And I woke up one morning and I told Bill, I says, I had a dream that I'm supposed to help the Conneaut Police Department. He says, what are you going to do for the Conneaut Police Department? And I says, well, in my dream it said a dog, the vest, or cameras. So I told Eric Nesbitt from the Thompson Smith Funeral Home. Eric says, he kind of laughed at me and he says, you do it, I'll help you. So I come home and truthfully, I didn't really know Mike Kobe. And I went into the police station and I says, Mike, I had a dream. And he looked at me like another old lady. So he listened to me out. And I don't know if he really took me for serious. And he says, I said, do you mind if I do it? And he says, no. And in a little over 2 months, I think we raised, it was over $20,000 we raised.
Amazing.
Yeah. But so I tell people, if you have a dream, follow it. Because I would have never, ever dreamt being clear down there to help here.
Now, when you had that dream, you said that you were in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
When you had that dream, and then right away you knew you were going to do this, or was you thinking about it?
No, I think I knew I was doing it because even when I was down there walking with my friends down there, I was telling them that I was going to do a fundraiser to make money to help them. And so they all knew about it before I ever come back home. And like I said, and then there was one guy down there that had a shop down there, and he even donated this one, some kind of motor thing that from his shop down there. Yeah, so, yep. So I come back and did it, and people, and even the little kids, they would give me nickels and dimes, and so I tell all the little kids they all had part knowing that they raised money for our dogs. And I think that's great.
That is great.
And even like this here, there's some gentlemen that go over to McDonald's at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And I walked in there Friday. I don't know if you know Norm Gross, and you got to know them. Anyhow, Norm, he comes up to me and he says, Darlene, he's getting in his wallet, and I see a McDonald's card. And I says, no, Norm, you're not buying me nothing. And he says, no, Darlene, look at the card. And I looked at the card and it said sock hop. I know, what's this? And he says, us 4 guys decided we wanted to do something for you. And they put their money together and got me a $25 gift card to go towards the Chinese auction.
Something?
I told Bill, my face is so red. I had to sit down. And the one gentleman says, Darlene, you need a drink. So he went and got me a Diet Coke. But that meant a lot to me.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, no.
Sure.
And,
Wow. These classic cars that you have for the sock hop, are they the same, are a lot of them the same ones that we have Thursday night down at Township Park?
a lot of them will be up, and then you'll see a lot from the Erie Car Show, the Ashtabula. I mean, they just come in, and then it starts at 1 o'clock. But I'm going to say probably about between 11 and 12 o'clock, you're going to see a lot of cars pulling in, because they all have their spots. And every year they want their certain spot that they have always had. So
on Friday night, July the 7th, how long will you stay up watching the weather reports?
probably a lot, and then I'll be up early in the morning watching, and then we'll be uptown probably by, I'm going to say 9:30, because we got to close down the streets. We got to put barricades up, put trash barrels up.
So that's all you guys that have to do that?
We have to do all that. And then the concession stands will start pulling in. And then the people that are going to be on Washington Street to sell their goods or promote their business, they'll be setting up. And so there'll be a lot of people setting up.
And then everybody cleans up as soon as it's over?
As soon as it's over, I can truthfully say the 12 years I've done this, Bill and I and a bunch of people walk through town, and you never see a mess.
Wow.
If we pick up 2-3 pieces of paper, that's about it. But we've never had no fights. It's been good, knock on wood. It's really been good.
Who else helps you with this?
Phil and Linda Schneery, they're from Ashtabula, Herb Waters and his wife. And then I got like Kim Davis, Howard Spohr, and then I got other people that's just always jumped in there and helped when, I'm uptown.
Are some of these people new this year? Helping you?
A few, not many. Most of them, when they heard it was coming back on, they jumped in there and said, I'll help. So that's what keeps you going and helps you out a lot.
Well, great. You do a great job, Darlene.
Well, thank you.
And that's the 12th Annual Conneaut Sock Cup, Saturday, July 8th from 1 till 6. And a rain date would be Sunday, same hours?
Same hours, so everything will be the same as it is on the front of the flyers. And then there's more things on the flyers, and then, because we took it over here again, I had like to make a flyer up the next day, so there's a lot more added to it. And I want to thank a lot of sponsors, and because we're going to be selling t-shirts up there, they're going to be $12. So we're going to be selling t-shirts.
Go ahead, name a few of your sponsors.
Well, we got State Farm that really helped, and Anderson's Floor. Did you ever hear of them? Up at the carpet place uptown?
I think it's new, isn't it?
It's new.
Yeah, I just saw that the other day.
Oh
I
my
didn't
gosh,
realize that.
they are new. Jocelyn's Insurance, Conneaut Fuel, that Continental Structural Plastics up on Gore Road, Plycraft, the Vapor Place up on Rockwell and 20, Charlotte Baldwin, Relax, Evergreen Lake Park, Conneaut Dairy Queen. He helps me out a lot.
Oh, he's a great guy.
Oh, he is good. Dr. Dwayne Cole, the dentist, AutoZone, H&R.
Love Dr. Dwayne Cole, the dentist.
I do too. He is awesome. Simpson's Family Jeep. So
Dave's son, right?
Yeah,
Dave's son,
I don't
I think
know.
has that.
Yeah, because when I went in there and told him I'm going to do Jeeps, he jumped right on board.
Yeah, it is Dave's son. I remember him telling me.
Yep, Thompson Smith Thompson Smith Nesbitt, Amboy Station, Tammy Kobernick, Flanagan's Roofing up there in Kingsville, and Demshire Eaton. So we got a lot.
Yes.
So, but
Great job.
so I got to thank everyone
Great job.
for stuff, and I got to thank like you calling me and saying hey, because without you guys I couldn't get the word out there.
Well, great job, Darlene. Good luck
All right,
to you.
all right, thank
All
you.
right, Darlene Brisley, my guest today on Around the Town with Chuck.